Hi, how you doing? It's Jeff Sinker back again with another Iron Maiden track, and of course, Childhood's End from the Fear of the Dark album. I think I've almost covered the entire album now, if you check back through all of the previous lessons. If I haven't, I'm sure I'm not too far off now. Really is a nice song. I enjoyed doing this one, and I know you're going to enjoy learning how to play this because you've got some really nice riffs, but you don't have to play them too fast, which is always nice when you're learning some new riffs to play. I'm going to cover all of the sections, but I'm not going to go through Janick Gers' solo because that is a crazy solo. It's typical of Janick Gers. But all of the rhythm guitar sections are covered, and there's enough to be done with on that because there's some really fun riffs just to play around with. Now, if this is your first time to the channel, hi, how you doing? It's great to see you. If you've landed here because you are an Iron Maiden fan, then really this channel has got it all for you. I've got up to now 62 lessons for Iron Maiden. So just check through, and while you're at it, why not click on that subscribe button? Click on that bell, and you've got to click twice now. If you do that, then you're going to be notified whenever I'm posting any new lessons to my channel. Anyway, enough of the plugs. Let's get into it and let me show you how to play Childhood's End. So don't go away.
Preview.
So let me just play through that opening riff. Okay, let's just break that down bit by bit. We're going to start off on the D string, playing 11 and then go into 11 on the G. Cross over to the B string and we're doing 10, 9. And then we go to the 9 on the G. And then we go back to the D string and do the 11. And then finish on the 11G. So that goes. Then we're going to do 11 again on the D, going to 11 on the G. Cross over to the B again and do that 9, 10. And then back to the 9 on the G. Then we go to the 12 on the B string, and we're going to play this, which is 12, 10, 9 on the B, finishing on the 11 on the G. Put that together. Then we're going to repeat the whole thing, but there is a slight change when we go to the 11 this time. We're going to play it twice. So we get this. So that line will go. Then we repeat that first one. Now we're going to just go across that opening phrase, but not going to the 12s anymore there on the B. So we just go. Just finishing with some vibrato on the 11th fret on the D. So that is the opening section. Let's go into what will be known as riff number A. So again, I'll just play it through. Now you would repeat that whole phrase twice. So what we do when we start off on the 11th fret on the G string, cross over to the 12 on the B, to 14, back to the 12, and then we've got this repeated. We're going to repeat this each time. We're going to play 14 and then 12 twice, and then back to the 14. So Now, the only thing that changes now, we're going to go to the 14th fret on the D string instead of being on that 9th fret on the G. And we play the same lines after that. So it's just going that 9, sorry, it's going to that 14. And from there, we are going to play 14 on the D string, and everything else is going to be the same when we cross over to the B string. So we'll get... Then repeat, 14 again. And then we're going to pick up the 12 on the D string and again repeat that whole lick. And then we repeat. And now we are into the main riff section, which is what we're going to look at now. So the first section goes like this. And then repeat that all over again. So we're starting off on an F sharp 5, and the rhythm that we're playing is this. So I'm just playing on that count of going F sharp 5, and then I do 2 chugs, then another F sharp 5, 2 chugs, another F sharp 5, 2 chugs, another F sharp 5, 2 chugs, and then we got this, which is down, up, down. So and that's the rhythm that we're going to play over each of these chords in this progression. We then move to an A5, down to an E5, and we move up to a D5, so we're up on that A string on 5th fret. And I say we repeat everything all over again, so we go around that sequence again. And at the end of that, then we go back to this. And then we repeat the whole thing again. So we go back and we do all the verse string again, and then we come back to this line, and there's a slight variation right at the end. See, the difference is on this last one, I don't go back when I'm playing that 7. I stay down, I don't go back to the 14 because that takes us into the next section. Now the next section goes like this. Now that is a single riff repeated over, and what we're doing there for each bar is this. Starting off on the 11 on the G, go down to the 11 on the D, and then we back to the 11 on the G, we do a 10, 9 on the B, back to the 9 on the G, and then we've got 11 on the D, crossing over to the 11 on the G. And then we've got an 11 again on the D, to 11 on the G, and then 9, B, 10 on the B, 9 on the G, and then finishing off on the 11. Each bar is going to sound like this. Now after we've played that 11 times, we've got this riff. Which we start off on 9th fret on the D string, 12 on the A, and then we got 9, 11, 12, 11, 12 on the D string. cross over to the G string and we're going to do 9, 11, 9, 11. Cross over to the B string and we're doing 9, 10, 9, 10. So. And of course the tricky part is changing from playing that continual 11 times to going into that riff. So we're starting off. So piece them together, practice transitioning between one of the other. Now we're into the first of the solos, which is Janick Gers solo. So let's look at the chords that are played behind that. So I'll just play it through. Now, we start off on a D5, down to a B5, and then we're up to an F sharp 5 on 9th fret, down to an E5 on 7, back to the D5, the B5, to the 9th fret on the F sharp, down to the E, back to the D, to the B. Now, these have all been halves, so we're just going 1, 2, 3, changing on the odd numbers. Now, when we hit this part here, we're going to be on an E, and we'll hold that for a whole bar. Up to the F sharp on 9. Up to the A on the 12th fret. And then down to the G. And then that takes us to the Interlude 2, which goes like this. What we're doing now, we're starting off on the 11 on the G, then we do 11 on the D, back to 11 on the G, and then we're doing a 9, 10 on the B string, and then it's 9 on the B, 11 on the G, and then 9 on the G, finishing on 11 on the D. Play that slowly. Next line goes like this. What I'm doing now, I'm starting on the 10 on the B string. Then I've got 9 on the G. Back to the 10 on the B. 12 on the B. And then we cross over to 9 on the E string. And I come back down on the B string doing a 12, 10, 9. And then finishing on the 9 on the G. Next part, I'm going across to 12 on the high E string, doing 12, 10, 9. To 12 on the B. And then I've got 9, 10, 12, 10, 9 on the B string. And then I cross to the high E string and I do a 12 full tone bend. Back to the 12. And then a 10, 9. And then I've got 12 on the B to 10 on the B. So last phrase. And then we go back. So we've completed all of the parts of the song. It's quite a good fun song. There's some really good interesting riffs to play through. I did enjoy working through them and sorting them out. I'm sure you're going to have the same fun yourself. I will include the backing track because it makes it more fun when you hear the riffs playing against the bass line and also the strings or the keyboards that they have in this song. So it is quite good to play along with the whole parts together. So there are all the sections of the song covered. Quite a good fun song to play through. Got some nice little riffs I'm sure you'll agree to play through and work through. I will be including the backing tracks so you can play these riffs and hear them working against the bass line from Steve Harris. Doing that really does make it fun to play along with. Well, I'm going to let you go so you can get into the song and enjoy yourself. But until the next time, this is Jeff Singer wishing you well, and I'll speak to you again real soon. Until then, goodbye.